Bears went 3-14 last year. They obviously didn't make the playoffs. Some of their notable losses were David Montgomery, Sam Mustipher at center, Armon Watts, Nicholas Moreau, Joe Thomas, linebacker, DeAndre Houston, Carson, safety. Some notable additions, they did add quite a few people. Deontay Foreman, DJ Moore in a trade, Robert Tonyan, Nate Davis, Darnell Wright they drafted in the first round, DeMarcus Walker, Andrew Billings, Gervon Dexter, Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, Tyreek Stevenson they drafted. Their strength of schedule last year was tied for 24th, so the higher to one it is, the harder it is. And their strength of schedule this year is a little harder, tied for 18th. What do we think about the Bears this year?
I think that they're going to be a little bit better than they were last year. I mean, shoot, with all those additions, you would hope so, right? Um, Let me just get my Bills bias out of the way real quick. Tremaine Edmonds, totally overpaid. Um, that'll be my only Bills bias this video, but um, yeah, man. I mean, adding somebody for Fields to throw to, a guy like DJ Moore, he was a playmaker in Carolina. I think he'll do good for him. They finished what we say 3-14 last year.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they got to 7 wins. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I agree with you. I think they will definitely be better because Justin Fields had little to no help last year, and getting DJ Moore and even Foreman as a running back, it will help. And then adding those two offensive linemen to try and get him a little more protection so he's not running for his life most of the time.
I know a lot of people are on the hype train for Justin Fields. I feel like every single person that mentions Justin Fields also mentions Jalen Hurts and that he's going to have a Jalen Hurts type bounce back year. Um, very different. They're very both different decision makers. They're both different runners. They're both very different quarterbacks overall. I don't. I mean, people see mobile quarterback and they assume that they're the same. They're absolutely not very different runners. Um, I do think their additions that they made this year were there were a lot of great additions. Especially the linebacking core, the adding Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards. I think they're both solid enough that if both of them are on the field together, they're going to get the job done. On their own, I think Edmonds and Edwards are both overrated. Like you said, Jason, Tremaine Edmonds is very overpaid. I think TJ Edwards is overpaid. Um, TJ Edwards was solid with Philly the past couple years. He's never been. I thought he would be a little bit better, but he's only as good as the talent around him. And I have a feeling Edmonds is the same way. But pairing them together, they might feed off of one another. They might end up doing pretty well together. They might not be Devin White, Levante David, but I think Chicago's defense will be pretty good. Offense, you lose David Montgomery. I know Montgomery was hurt past couple years. But Montgomery was still a good back. Deontay Foreman last year, I think he had a very good year for Carolina. I think Carolina, in my opinion, downgraded going from Miles Sanders to Foreman because, I mean, Miles is not very good running. I'll get to that with Carolina, but I think 7 wins is their ceiling. I just don't see how they can do any better than that.
They're definitely going to improve, but I mean, they're not 500 improvement. 7 wins, I think that's a good number.